Yes, and also a big day for the Gonzaga men tonight, understandably. They are going to be playing at 6 o'clock against St. Mary's, and we are obviously going to be there. I wanted to look back on the last game that Gonzaga played against St. Mary's because obviously the team lost that contest. So just want to see what happened, what went wrong there to make this all difficult. The first point is pretty obvious. Gonzaga's bigs were completely shut down by the Gales. Drew Timme, Chet Holmgren, and Anton Watson combined for 12 Gonzaga points in that game. Just to put this in perspective, those three combined for 39 points in Gonzaga's first game against the Gales, which the Zags won in dominant fashion. It was completely mystifying, the contest, as the Gales were able to control Drew Timme for the first time since his first game against SMC his freshman year, and I wouldn't really count that game since Drew was still coming into form then. Something that I think is really important is that the Zags used Chet Holmgren and Drew Timme in high-low action tonight. Just the game before, Drew Timme had 8 assists, in part thanks to the connection. Those two have that game against USF the Thursday before the St. Mary's game. It's been dominant against every other opponent. I want to see more of it tonight. And for only 10 bench points, but still better than what occurred against the Gales. And Anton Watson had a much better game with 8 points and 10 rebounds. It's near impossible to win a game when you sub a starter out and gets 0 points in return, and that's what happened against SMC last time. One other note, Andrew Nembhard had 0 assists in that game against SMC 2 weekends ago. Gonzaga as a team had 4 assists overall, and they all came from the bigs: Drew Timme, Chet Holmgren, and Anton Watson. That is just not what you want. That is not a good thing, and they're going to have to be able to figure out how to share the ball. Of course, one of the reasons why Andrew didn't have any assists is because the bigs were not scoring, but still, you can't have 0 assists as a point guard, period. That's just not going to cut it. Like I said, this Gonzaga St. Mary's game tips at 6 o'clock tonight on ESPN. We will have full coverage tonight at 10 and 11. Reporting in the Orleans Arena, I'm Brenna Green, KRON 2 Sports.
Very much looking forward to that one, Brenna. Thanks for the breakdown tonight.